When you think of the most viewed photographs in history, you think of images like the Mona Lisa, the moon landing, or the small blue dot. However, what if I told you the most viewed image is something you wouldn't seem to think about? A default wallpaper for one of Microsoft's operating systems. The photograph I'm talking about is Bliss for Windows XP. I'm Root Wadekar, and this is the story of Bliss and its influence on the 21st century. Our story starts on a winter day in January 1996 in the Napa Valley of California. The area was full of different hills, each of them which had a unique feeling to them. Charles O'Rear, a freelance photographer that had previously worked with National Geographic, had moved to the region due to its welcoming feeling. Charles O'Rear was on his way to San Francisco, a trip he made every week. On his way there, on California State Route Highway 12, saw a scenic hill on his route. He quickly took the decision to stop his car and take a picture of the hill. He set up his camera and snapped a few pictures. After he took the pictures, he got back in his car and kept on going. That's it. It was that fast. However, its impact would last forever. Charles O'Rear didn't know it at the time, but the image he took would be one of the most viewed photographs in history and influence the modern 21st century. Fast forward to the year 2000. Microsoft, the largest software company in the world at the time, was going to release their newest operating system, Windows XP. The operating system would be a revolutionary change in computing history, not only bringing stability to Windows, but also finally ending the DOS era and uniting two separate releases of Windows into one operating system with multiple additions. Windows XP also brought a new design refresh to the operating system, bringing a whole new theme, icons, and for the first time, a full-color image as the wallpaper. But you're probably asking, why did Microsoft choose this image in particular? And to answer that question, we have to go back to 1996. In 1996, after taking the picture, Charles O'Rear uploaded the image to a stock photo agency that he was a part of called Westlight. In 1998, a large stock photo company called Corbis bought Westlight. But Corbis wasn't just any stock photo company. It was Bill Gates' stock photo company. Yes, the same Bill Gates that founded Microsoft. So now, Bliss, or bucolic Green Hills as it was known, was a couple of clicks away. Let's go back to the year 2000, where Microsoft needed an image for their operating system. They originally had gone with Red Moon Desert, ironically also taken by Charles O'Rear. However, the reason why Bliss replaced this is still debated about. Some people say that the image was replaced because people didn't like Red Moon Desert, and other people say that Red Moon Desert was intended to be a placeholder and Bliss was going to be the default wallpaper all along. Soon enough, Charles O'Rear got a phone call from Microsoft saying that they wanted to not just license the image, but buy it, the entire image. This was because Microsoft wanted to use it for more than just a wallpaper. Bliss was used in TV ads, marketing campaigns, and even the Windows XP launch event in New York City that was held on October 25th, 2001. Charles O'Rear can't disclose the full amount of money that was paid due to an NDA that was signed. However, some have estimated that the image could have cost around $100,000 to $1 million, which would be a lot of money for a photograph. This shows us that Bliss was a part of tech history. According to PC World, Bliss was the first thing users saw when they logged on to their computers. UCR Arts even said that Bliss became an early symbol of digital optimism. It's crazy how one photograph, taken randomly in January 1996, ended up being the most viewed photograph in the world. The ironic part of this thing was, Charles O'Rear, who sold the image to Microsoft, uses a Mac made by Apple, with Bliss as its default wallpaper. As 2014 came, Microsoft ended support for Windows XP, making Bliss fade away with it. It's strange that the tech world moves fast. And now, a quote from Michael MJD echoes. An image seen by billions, but remembered by few. The story of Bliss makes you have a strange feeling. A feeling that can only be described by its name. Bliss.